Hello everyone, I'm Mystic Otaku and I'm here to start a new series of Danmachi videos. Starting now I'm gonna analyze the characters and their abilities and put them up against each other and give you my reason why I think said character would win. It'll be a set of versus debates basically. With that being said, let's jump right into the first versus debate that I'll be doing, and this one's a real fun matchup. Valletta Grenade, the leader of the evils, vs our one and only Cranel, but I will not be using level 5 Cranel, because that's barely even a debate. Belle at level 5 would not only defeat Valletta, she would be clapped faster than she could say, Fin Demon sucks. I'll be pairing up Cranel as a high level 4 with all his stats maxed out against the top class terrorist. Mainly because I saw this one on Reddit and I thought I'd give my 2 cents on the topic. Now I will compare their feats with each other, and we'll start with Valletta, who honestly doesn't have too many feats to compare. She's a level 5 and top class adventurer. We first see her in the 9th volume of the side story when Loki Familia goes into Gnosis for the first time. Although she's a level 5, she doesn't typically have too many instances where she fights against anyone around her level. That's not to say that she's weak. Most of the top class adventurers by the time they find Gnosis are level 6, so it makes sense she would avoid a one-on-one duel with them. And she took on a level 4 Rahul and Aki by herself and definitely had the advantage against them. Although I would argue that she's not even capable of handling the Loki Familia's founders at level 5, as we saw in Astria Record she was easily overpowered by Gareth and she chose to retreat. And given her character, she was not the type to fight fair, nor was she ever confident in her own abilities. Whenever she goes up against stronger opponents or people who have the potential to beat her, she'll have a trap set up, as we saw with the suicide bombers in the Great Feud. If it wasn't for them, I think the Ganesha and Asartea Familia would have taken her down. Another factor to this matchup is her magic Shaldo. Shaldo is a barrier magic. The magic covers a certain area with reddish-purple patterns and lowers the status of anyone that enters said area, unless Valletta made them unaffected by it, in addition to reapplying the effect every time they move within the magic, though the effect seems to take longer for higher-leveled opponents. It has a super long chant, is negated if she leaves the area, and uses a large amount of mind, making it more suited as a trap. It is also able to cover a large area, as the barrier Valletta used had a radius of 60 meters, and is considered to be a rare magic. We see this in when she uses it against Bet in Sword Oratoria Volume 8 after she lured him into it as a trap after she succeeded in tricking him into chasing after her when he thought she killed Lena. This forced him into a corner and weakened him down to a level 4, and she definitely would have killed him if he didn't awaken his magic. It's implied that Finn knew about her magic, hence why he was confident in letting Bet go after her by himself. I doubt he would have taken such a risk otherwise. Although there's a backlash that usually has her decide to not even use it, she uses up all her mind energy whenever she casts it, so she saves it for emergencies only. In conclusion, her greatest strength is her tactical mind and strategic skills, but compared to most top-class adventurers her combat abilities leave a lot to be desired, and in a fair one-on-one duel I think she'd lose to anyone on her level since she's not accustomed to fighting without her underhanded tricks. Now let's take a look at everyone's favorite rabbit, Cranel. I don't think I need to do a summary on who he is since everyone definitely knows about him. But I'll do it anyway. Cranel is the main male protagonist of the series. He is a first-class adventurer and the captain of the Hestia Familia. He received the alias Little Rookie upon reaching level 2, which was changed to Rabbitfoot following his rank up to level 4. Although he's a top-class adventurer currently, I'll be using his high level 4 self to go up against Valletta. Personally, I think a high level 4 Belle would have the advantage in speed in a fight with Valletta despite her being a top-class adventurer in this matchup. When he was level boosted by Haruhime as a level 3 in Volume 7 of the main series, his speed was on par with Fine Jamil, who was a level 5 herself. I scale a level 3 level boosted Belle at that time to be around the same speed he was when he became a level 4 in Volume 12, and that Belle had all 0I basic abilities until the beginning of Volume 15. Due to his rapid growth, Belle suffers from a lack of experience that has led to him having inferior fighting skills for someone of his rank at various points in his career. As a level 2, his skills were below average compared to adventurers of the same level. However, he managed to improve and refine his abilities thanks to Ice and Tiona's tutelage. In the war game against Apollo Familia, he proved to be a match for Hyacinthos in terms of technique and tactics. Later he also began training with Ryu, and by the time of his duel with Dormule he possessed a level of skill comparable to that of the dwarf, who was described as a true level 3 veteran, even though he had just ranked up. However, he was able to hold his own against Dix when was level 3 while he was weakened to a level 4 due to the effects of his curse. Although I would argue that Dix wasn't taking him completely seriously, he definitely wanted to play around with him for a while even after he saw how fast he was. Dix had him beaten in skills and tactics though, and Bell was being cautious about his cursed spear so he couldn't try anything too reckless, but he definitely would have been killed if Leto hadn't broken free from the curse's hold on his mind. So although he would definitely be faster than Valletta as a high level 4, speed wouldn't be enough to win this fight, but Bell isn't just fast, he can also adapt to various situations, and has overpowered opponents stronger than a top-class adventurer. When Aisha was level boosted as a level 4 against the Moss Huge, she wasn't able to hold it off for very long, whereas Bell was able to destroy it in a single strike with his new technique Argo Vesta. Argo Vesta is Bell's technique using Argonaut's dual charge that's named after Hestia. He first casts Firebolt on the Hestia knife, then uses Argonaut on both of them to charge them at once, surrounding them with particles of light. Due to the skill, the magic envelops the blade and spreads out, making the blade as thick as a sword and as long as a short sword. The heat and brilliance increase the longer it's charged, making it give off a crimson light, and once he reaches the desired charge time, Bell slashes at his opponent. The power from the attack causes a bright flash of light and sends out both a heatwave and a shockwave. He was able to scare the Juggernaut into retreating with it, and as I just stated, destroyed an entire monster that was beating up a hypothetical level 5. Although we've never seen him use it against another person as a level 4, I think he would be willing to use it against Valletta, especially if he witnessed her cruelty. He's grown accustomed to fighting people who try to kill him during his time trapped in Freya Familia's baptism, although he wasn't at his best due to what he was going through at the time. Once he regained his confidence, he was able to land a direct hit on Hadine, who was a level 6 and much more powerful than Valletta and fine. Now for how the actual fight would go. This fight would hypothetically take place in Gnosis in a world where she wasn't killed until Novel 12 of Sword Oratoria. Valletta would encounter Bell while he was on his way to destroy Nidhogg, and she would feel confident in her abilities and try to end his life with a sneak attack. But Bell would hear and dodge her sneak attack, and then they would trade blows for a while. He would land a few blows and gain the upper hand momentarily with a couple of firebolts, but he would be backed into a corner once Valletta grows frustrated with him, and she would pull out a knife and nearly take his head off before he blocked it with his own knife. Bell, knowing he can't waste time with her since he had an important job to do in order to save the city from being destroyed, would start to charge his Argo Vesta technique with the same amount of time he charged it for against the Moss Huge. Bell wouldn't kill Valletta, but he's not stupid either. He would use enough force to get her out of his way and make sure she doesn't come after him later on. As soon as Valletta lets her guard down while going for the kill, he would take the opportunity to strike her down just like he did against Hyacinthos in the war game, and land a devastating slash across her chest, and this would send her flying into the walls of Gnosis, either knocking her out or leaving her too wounded to chase him down and further, thus making our Rabbit's Foot the winner of this matchup. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me if you thought I did a good job or left certain things out. If you want more videos like this, leave a suggestion in the comments, and I shall see you next time.